Good afternoon. So YouTube has three stages after I hit the go live button. It has the loading stage, and then it moves to the first live counter stage. And then after about 10 seconds of that, it goes to the second live counter stage where it resets. So I just wanted to intentionally wait till the last live counter stage before I said anything so I could actually verify when my voice starts getting picked up. So that's why there was a delay. Welcome to the stream. This afternoon, we're going to be wrapping up most of the rest of the depths today. After we get all of the schema stones and Yiga schematics, I don't know if there's anything else to do. There are a couple of Kogha voice lines that we'll get, but that'll be the last stream that we do prior to completing the game, because my hope is that will qualify as a good story stream to do for people who want to see the bulk of switch to additional content but don't want to do it themselves. Yeah, we're gonna go clear out all the Yiga bases. I don't think it's gonna take that long. I have 4 hours blocked out for the stream at least. If we get all of the, if we clear out all the Yiga camps and do the last Kogha boss fight, then I'm planning to go find all the wells. I figured that's going to coincide with a lot of important location exploration to do. I guess I can pull up, once we load it, I can pull up what we have left, which is every stream looking more and more sparse, to say the least. It pairs to the Switch, but it needs a bit more. You need to have selected your game file for it to fully be satisfied. And so retry sync. There we go. It has a lot of it pulled up. It's just still. Let's go home and see if that does it. Yeah, cool. So we are at 77% total completion, according to this particular metric. Because we have all the bosses done. We have more than half the Koroks, which is huge. But once we do the schema stones and we have a couple of side quests and 2 side adventures left. Yeah, I'm guessing the mayoral debate is a side adventure rather than a side quest. And then finding all the wells is a side adventure that we haven't completed, and Kogha himself is a side adventure that we haven't completed. Or is it a quest? Where are the wells is a quest. Okay, anyway. So yeah, we're gonna finish this. This will probably be the last depth thing that we do. Because the ultimate weapon is the last Kogha fight, I believe. But yeah, if we go to the depths real quick and pull up schema stones and Yiga schematics. Yeah, we've got a good number of Yiga bases, but I don't think it's going to take nearly, because clearing a Yiga base doesn't normally take nearly as long as clearing boss fights. So I think arbitrarily, we're going to start up here. And we'll go from there today. My hope is that having all of the schematics and schemas is going to make all of getting the lost Koroks much less egregious. Why did we lose connection? Why did we lose connection? There we go. So yeah. Because we can also take the opportunity to get the remaining X's on the map while we are going around, because that was something that we neglected to do with the boss fights. And points of interest and whatever. Yeah. Been an interesting few days for me. I have not been sleeping very well, and so you might find that my pithy wit and rapid dialogue is a little lacking today. And apologies in advance if you are someone who hates yawning. Yeah, I've been just hanging out mostly. I don't play pickleball with a bunch of people for the first time in a while. Standings are a little lower right now. Pickleball for the first time with a lot of people. It was good. The heel of my wrist really hurts for whatever reason. And it's like when I use my armrests to step up out of my chair, my knee just hurts, is really sore. I got beamed in the pinky on that hand, but I don't think those two things are connected sufficiently to cause this kind of reaction. So I'm a little curious as to what the source of this wrist discomfort is, but one and done, huh? It is a fairly powerful bow. And they drop symbol items, which is actually kind of neat. My big hope is that they have arrows. I'm a big fan of Kogha's voice actor. Last night, I dreamed there was a big snake soaring through the sky. Out from a chasm it came, and into a chasm it went. When I saw how big it was, I put on my best disguise until it passed. If I really saw something that big, I'd probably faint. I'm glad it was just a dream. I'm also glad I haven't been skipping my new disguise tree. Glory to Master Kogha. Large crystallized charge. Truly, we don't need any more of those. Yiga schematic. The charged charger that they were using. Okay. Teleport back here for that X. And we can probably glide down to the next schematic. I am living a little bit dangerously by not healing, but what can you do? Boring. See, if I had healed, then I would have just lost 4 hearts for absolutely no reason. But because I didn't, losing max health didn't hurt me. See? Logic. Trousers of the Wind. Legends say these pants were tailored for a hero who travels wild. Travels the wilderness. Strangely enough, they're the most comfortable pair of pants you've ever worn. Two cheese wings? Aw, you shouldn't have. Okay. The next one is way the heck up here, so we might as well just... Oh. Clumsy me. I forgot. Head empty today. Again, reiterating. Head empty. No thoughts. Brain small and smooth. My friend and mod Dallas did not negotiate to work from home entirely. It was not even on the table. I misunderstood what he was having his meeting about last week. He did manage to negotiate a significant raise, but, you know, that doesn't change how darn inconvenient it is to expect him to drive 2 hours one way to get to a job that he doesn't really like. So we could play their games here, or we could just fly. We could just turn on a rocket and, you know, oh dear. This up, yeah. Whatever. Not nearly as many arrows. They seem to default toward bright bloom seeds and bananas. Hopefully we'll at least restock a little bit. I bet a lot of Kogha's voice lines do show up in these Yiga camps, though. Yiga schematics. Scrawled schematic contraption made with on devices and building materials. Looks like you can use auto build to store the schematics and build from them. The assault cart, which doesn't seem to require a cart track specifically, which is at least something. Okay. Next is probably here. Probably doesn't hurt just to sit and clear that gloom. We are gonna island rocket here. Maybe I'll sell half of my bright moon seeds just so I can keep picking them up. Important notice. After the disaster in Hyrule Field, our bases face yet another threat. We must watch out for a large, one-eyed, four-legged animal. These terrifying beasts are ravenous and ready to swallow anything and everything in their vicinity. The sight of moving, glowing ore will alert you to its presence, but do not be drawn in by its resemblance to Zonite. These ores that grow from its body are both a lure and a weak point. If seen, try to remain calm and focus your attacks. Be alert, know the warning signs. Glory to Master Kogha. Ah, bam. Bam. That's why they have these. So you can frickin' fly over. Two fans though, it's just not many. It's simply not enough fans to produce the lift that I desire. Yiga schematic for a wagon. That's cool. Being able to generate those out of the blue is going to be somewhat helpful for getting Koroks, potentially. It's not a bad thing to have. So let's go here. Oh, I did get a new headset cable, so I can hear voice audio again, which is truly, truly magnificent. It's nice to be able to listen to music in much better quality than my meager earbuds or phone speakers can provide. And it's nice not to have Discord blasting out of the back of my computer monitor rather than, or have it back in my headset rather than blasting out the back of my computer monitor. You're so big and scary, you think. You think you're just the coolest thing in the world. Well, let me tell you, bud, you're not. What can you do now, bud? The heat is unbearable. This is miserable. Absolutely scorching. Why are the depths under Eldin so hot? It isn't like this anywhere else. There must be lava down here. Well, I haven't encountered it myself. I can't think of another reason for this heat. Stable climate is one of the few perks of being down here. The Hebrew depths are barely even chilly, so why am I frying? For my next assignment, I'm going to ask to be stationed somewhere, anywhere other than Eldin. Surely there's a good spot in Farron. You know what the Farron depths probably have? Rare bananas. Shadow bananas, glow bananas, not in this heat. Glory to Master Kogha. gonna need a new weapon soon. I'm gonna bet it's a Yiga schematic. What do you know? With the big rig. Again, not a bad thing to be able to just pull out of nowhere. Okay. It's also going to be bitter cold next week, and I couldn't be more excited. We're talking like highs in the teens and lows in the single digits. Again, simply ecstatic. Authorizer verified. Welcome. This was once a busy refinery where a great deal of zonite was processed. My task here is to manage designs for mining equipment. Please hold on one moment. I have confirmed that there is a schema stone you do not yet have. Allow me to rectify that. Schema stone. These stone slabs depict schematics of things such as zonite vehicles. Autobuild saves the schematic and builds it on command. Automated ally. Never going to use that. I will also prepare the parts required to build it via auto build. I hope that the schema stone I have provided is useful to you. Again, 99% sure this guy's Yiga. Yeah. Oh, it's so hot. What do you mean? What's the matter? It's hot. This place is sweltering. Do you have fireproof skin or something? Like, I give the depths one thing. It's usually never too hot or too cold. Wherever I'm assigned next, I hope it's somewhere other than Eldon. Huh? Why am I assigned anywhere? Isn't that obvious? I'm in the Yiga clan, and we've been assigned to take you down. You'll fry or die here. Full blade is fine, but you know. Two-handed weapons are ideal in the depths more than one-handed because breaking rocks. Okay, anyway. Next up, we have one right here. Yeah, this is probably going to take like an hour and a half tops. So that's why we plan ahead for these things. Link dies of malice poison unless the cutscene requires him to pay his attention to it. Nice. This area may have an assortment of zonite devices, but their rarity on the surface makes them unusually valuable. One service location is an exception. Many devices have fallen from the sky in the area around Terrytown. This location may have rare devices that we have not yet seen. Tell the surface team to maintain vigilant surveillance. I want their guide and see if they can figure out what makes this site unique. Glory to Master Kogha. Oh, bold of me to assume that I could run up the spikes. Yiga schematic. Triple cannon? That's like 3 cannons, man. What could be more powerful than 3 cannons? We're just gonna quickly drop by a bargainer statue. I'm gonna buy 1 or 2 two-handed weapons. Because it's not like we're lacking pose, and it's easier than trying to rely on the cairns to provide. Yeah, let's get a big Oron sword and a Dusk Claymore. Cool. And what the heck? You can put something on you too. Okay. Next stop. Down here. When I say down, I actually mean up this giant cliff. We don't need to have this armor on anymore. For anyone who's a big fan of Deep Rock Galactic, like myself, they have a public test build for Season 6 that you can join, I believe. I don't know all the details because I haven't watched their stream today, but they played the public test version of Season 6 on stream, and I plan to watch that sometime today or tomorrow. And Season 6 looks pretty good. It'll be a nice shake-up of things. There's more weapon maintenance, which is a double-edged sword, because I had just, like, literally just finished all of the weapon maintenance prior. So I have to start using weapons I don't like again. Clearly I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. I like having all the weapon maintenance complete. I'm not going to buy a DLC, but the DLC skins look really good. They're all very Indiana Jones themed, and even the title, you can look at the title and it's clearly inspired by the font choice and color gradation of the Indiana Jones films, which I love. Not a huge fan of Indiana Jones specifically, but the idea of Indiana Jones and the cultural significance of Indiana Jones is entertaining, to say the least. Ooh, you saw me. You gonna dive bomb me, huh? Or are you just gonna look around like an idiot? What are you gonna do on that? What are you gonna do on that fan plane, huh? Oh, you're gonna shoot at me? Oh, that's so scary. Come on. Come on, fan. Okay. Got him. 4 arrows, huh? We've discovered a new type of ore. While unknown on the surface, it is a regular sight in the depths. This ore can be identified by its distinctive green glow and weathered appearance. Its composition and intended use are unclear, but evidence that it was mined in every region indicates its importance. We've discovered numerous valleys down here that are particularly ore-rich. Could they be the result of the mining process? On a related note, it seems these valleys correlate with the position of mountains on the surface. But why? Glory to Master Kogha. Oh, hey, bud. Yeah? Yeah? Ah. My twitchy aiming is not fully on board today. I mean, sure. What do? Why not? Yiga schematic for the icebreaker. It looks just like a frickin' wrecking ball. Yeah, I mean, we're teleporting to our next spot anyway. We're just gonna go buy more arrows and sell a bunch more bright bloom seeds anyway. My room is right on the threshold of being cold enough to warrant having my space heater turned on, and warm enough that my space heater makes me sweat. AKA, I wish it was colder. Because, boy, let me tell you, turning your space heater on in your little private room when it's freezing cold outside, there aren't many things that feel better. It's cozy, in a word. I would love to visit the Slippery Falcon if only I knew where it was. That's the inn. Oh, you have a quest? That cave. Where was it again? Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hey, if it isn't the guy who worked with Tulin to save the village. Everyone in the village is happy to stretch their wings again without them icing over, so thanks for that. The end of the blizzard has improved visibility too. It's much easier to find caves where we can gather food. I saw one just the other day, in fact, while I was flying around, but I forgot exactly where it was. Rock wreathed in green light inside it, just like the one beneath the general store. Just where did I see that cave anyway? I wonder why I was looking for that white bird.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the cave, all right. So you found it on your own, huh? I remember that it was near where I saw the bird from the peak of Rito Village on the tip of Von Meadow's Perch's shadow. But I'd never have found it again without your help, so I appreciate you telling me. Maybe I'll check it out soon to see what kind of food we can scrounge there. I bet Bedoli would like to come along. Cool. Free. The downside is I don't know that that quest was showing up on my guide map thing. Zelda notes. I don't know if it was showing up properly. So I might, because if I have more shrine quests left like that, then I might need to go and track those down because I have 4%. 4% not yet completed. Yep, Misa, I am happy to talk to you, but I'm not happy to read your dialogue when I just want to sell some bright bloom seeds. I don't really need the money, let's be clear. I don't really need the money, I just like picking things up. Spending a fortune to buy a bunch of seeds that they'll probably never use. 10 out of 10. No, okay. There is a shrine quest marked on my map still, so we'll have to go. We'll have to go get that at some point. Okay. Where to? Yeah, let's go to this grove. Ooh. Tunic of the Sky. Legend has it this armor was once worn by a hero who appeared from the sky riding atop a mighty bird. Apparently it was presented to celebrate the completion of a ceremony. The ceremony was so rudely interrupted by one Gerudo fellow. I don't know if that's canon or not, but, you know, it's pretty clear that Bruce is intended to be a representative of the red-haired, golden-eyed people from Ocarina of Time and other games. No, come on, fam. Come on. Come on, it's just a little bit. We don't need to take damage from the heat here. Oh, fam, come on, fam. Disgusting. Can't hold any more meals, you say? Well, watch me. If I eat a bunch of whole roast birds in that setting. Excuse me. The red haze on the ground with gloom is found on the monsters that nest in the area. Extremely dangerous. If their attacks touch you, you'll feel drained as with the gloom on the ground. Avoid physical contact if possible. If not, you'll end up eating sundelions instead of bananas. Glory to Master Kogha. I imagine that Yiga clan soldiers think and talk very similarly to how I imagine Rocket team members, grunts, whatever, talk. I imagine that they don't have all that many original thoughts, and they really, really like their one or two specific things. Too slow. Too slow. There we go. Because all the things that they write down and say are very similar to dialogue of Team Rocket or Team Plasma or Team Aqua or whatever, in whatever Pokemon game you happen to be playing. Very henchman, much just following orders. Okay. I guess we'll go over here. I don't know that I'm going to be able to snipe this guy. Yeah, he's much farther away than I thought. Oh, that was close, though. Okay. Oh, that's cool. See, a laser on a homing is pretty effective. Pretty much anything else on a homing guy is pretty disappointing. Especially, like, yeah, because all the other emitters are just so short range, and nothing that you can make out of Zonai tech is fast. And so they're just doomed to wander slowly as all the enemies that they could theoretically damage are just faster than them. Yiga schematic. Because, like, they'll be faster than frickin' habits. But I don't think they can hurt habits unless you have a cannon on them, and then you're running the risk of them shooting you, because they're not precise. So, anyway. I've never used Zonai tech for combat other than attaching them to weapons sometimes. Even the faintest light stands out in this darkness. Just look at the deep firefly. Still, the lights I've been seeing lately have been strange. They seem ethereal, and they disappear when I get close. All the Yiga report seeing them, but no one has observed their true form. Some say that they're just a different species of firefly, but can that be true? I wonder if that's just a rumor spread by collectors who want to chase off competition. Glory to Master Kogha. I don't know if I care to shoot the guy shooting me. I don't know if I even care about going to get that singular box. Yeah, there are a couple we can get. Somewhat close by. And if this is a Goma, armored Goma, we can fight it and upgrade one of our weapons. Nope, it's a muck rock. Screw that. An undamaged forest dweller's spear. Pick it up for the tacks to the Koroks made this spear for Hylians. The shaft is made from a light, sturdy wood. Bursting materials attached to the spearhead can be reused again and again. Do we have bursting materials that we would want to use? I guess dazzle. A dazzle fruit would probably be okay. We'll just scrape the edges. What if we dazzle the... That worked as well as I expected. So perhaps a good alternative to shooting bomb flowers into the cave, the key swarms that congregate would be throwing a dazzle fruit to get their attention. And we're so far away from lava now. Let's take advantage of the nighttime. There are a couple of cute, so far cute animals that I'm looking forward to this season. If you haven't watched the opening for Timon's B-side, I don't know how you say it specifically, but it's cute. Like if you haven't watched Skip and Loafer's opening, it's very cute, and there are similar vibes in a very I want to say bubblegum pop kind of way. Recently, Master Kogha has been devoted to studying an amazing new power. It's rumored that this power can make new vehicles in an instant. Imagine the time his wisdom will save. Easing our exploration of the depths is worth the momentary diversion from Master Kogha's primary goal. He sent a team to the abandoned mine in the depths under South Hyrule to follow a lead about this miraculous power. If Master Kogha's predictions are correct, constructing machines in the dark depths will become much simpler. Glory to Master Kogha. Timon's B-side and like the recently invisible man is engaged to his blind fiancée or something. That has a very, very sweet and cozy opening. Yiga schematic for a cargo carrier. Sure, that's probably fine. That's probably helpful for transporting Koroks cheaply. The new pre-run opening, obviously, is dang good. I'm a huge fan of Mrs. Green Apple. The Jujutsu Kaisen opening, I'm probably going to have to listen to a few times for it to grow on me. I also first heard it while my headset was still borked, so I can't say that I've had the full experience of the song yet. So many spears. It's too hard to find a gosh darn two-handed weapon. Okay, don't at me. Spears are two-handed weapons. I get that. But they're not according to the classification of this game. I think I've crossed the threshold again of having more arrows than bombs. But it was a glorious time temporarily. You know, we might return there depending on how bad my aim is. We could have just teleported. Ah. Well, whatever. I don't think I've used... I think I might have used like 2 Bundle Buds this entire playthrough. I used them so much more when I first played this game. And same with puff shrooms. Yeah. I don't know. It's possible that I've just gotten better at this game, or games in general, and so I don't need to rely on them as much. It's also possible that I'm simply lazier and don't want to have to do an extra step when I can just beat things up with damage instead of strategy. I think it's on the other side of this little black wall. It looks like maybe there's a boss there. It's either a boss or just one with Yiga. The Zonai cache. Yeah, just a cache. Probably just gonna ascend up anyway. Or maybe we'll get maliced a little bit. Bloomed. I have succeeded in riding a horse made of bones. It has some kind of fancy name. Troll horse, perhaps? On the surface, witnesses report just seeing it only at night. I saw it up there just once. Ever since I wanted the chance to ride that horse. I never thought I'd get that chance in the depths. However, it must be some kind of demonic beast. It ran through gloom without even noticing. I need to practice so I don't get thrown off again. As soon as I recover, I'm gonna find another one. Glory to Master Kogha. The Yiga clan have horse girls? Or boys? Or people? That's so cute. Just jump this one, I think. Don't need to fly. You know, though, I gotta see, man. I gotta be able to see, make the shot. Large crystallized charge, and wouldn't you know it, a Yiga schematic. A bomb bouquet? Are you kidding me? Hang on. Hang on. So what you're saying is I can just use this to gather bombs off of walls. Is that what you're telling me, Yiga schematics? Seems pretty convenient. Unit of Time. Legend has this armor was worn by a hero who travels through time. Strangely, its special design is fitted for children and adults alike. More spears. More spears I don't need. I just wanted the pose, man. You didn't have to get all shocked by it. Haha. Yeah. This is probably a better jumping off point. Yes, you can use it to gather bombs. 10 out of 10. Very helpful. Perhaps the first helpful thing that the Yiga clan has ever done. How many hearts do you think the average denizen of Hyrule has? Do you think... because so many people tap out immediately after coming in contact with Bloom, according to their own dialogue at least. That's not killing you? Jeez. There's no power link. You know, something to the start of the game. Which is not much loom resistance by any stretch. Do you think you gain or lose hearts with age? Presumably, like young children, it's them, you know, adults, but that was pressure anyway. Yeah. A flamethrower balloon? What? Find me a place where that would be a useful design. This region has a surprising number of ruins. Clearly something used to be active here. Relics named Zonai devices are regularly discovered in the ruins, but what are the devices? Who made them, and why? It will remain a mystery. All we know is that each device has its own power and function. It would be folly not to harness this power for our own designs. We must find a way to reuse each one we discover. I just wish they weren't so difficult to assemble. Life would be so much easier if we could magically put them together. That's just silly. There's no use wishing for impossible things. Glory to Master Kogha. Yeah, no use. Let's see. Oh dear. was gonna be so mad if that had me fall off for slipping there. That might be the first time I've intentionally crouched to get under something, and it worked. This Yiga schematic is an instant scaffold, which is not unhelpful. There's something odd about the wall stretching from the floor to the ceiling. It looks artificial, not natural at all. There's no entrance, and I can't blast my way through it. I'm sure there's some kind of treasure inside. How can I reach it? I can't dig. Maybe I should try the surface first. If I remember right, I feel like there were some man-made ruins on the surface called Lome or something. Glory to Master Kogha. Duplex bow, you say? That's probably not worth the slot, but, you know, cool. Okay. We got one camp here. Oh no, I picked a lower elevation. There's some kind of supply site for Zonai devices along the road. As we navigate the depths, this site is a lifesaver. Obviously, we need devices to build transportation. But then they take a beating when they bump around in the dark. I don't know what I'd do without the supply site to swap out the broken materials. If whoever built the site wasn't long gone, I'd send you a thank you note. Glory to Master Kogha. I mean, that definitely sounds like a Team Rocket thing to do. Specifically, James and Jesse. They would send a thank you note for. whoever developed the device that they happened to be trying to use to capture Pikachu that week. Crystallized charge. Yiga schematic. Three-wheeler. Interesting. Okay. So we've got one way the heck down here. I don't think I want to go to that one yet. There's one in the lake here. Yeah, I don't have the angles down to really trick shot Yiga who are on the fan planes. There are plants down here I've never seen on the surface, but you can still cut them out into logs. They work as well as surface logs. Now you can repair rafts without carrying wood all the way from the hideout. Glory to Master Kogha. Yiga schematic for a fan boat. Do I have to say it? I'm a fan of that boat. Anyway. balances damage for the sake of deactivating Zonai abilities. What's that noise? Just climb. I'm not gonna get around anywhere. And it's not like there's loot in any of these hideouts, generally speaking. There we go. Third time is usually the charm for hitting those guys, so it is a waste of 2 arrows every time I try. But you know, sometimes you just gotta shoot. The survey team sent to map the depths has noticed an anomaly. Some terrain resembles locations on the surface. It's not a perfect match, however. Further investigation is needed to determine if there's a pattern. Glory to Master Kogha. Yeah, I think most of the depth chatter that you discover is stuff that you figure out quickly by just playing. Oh, now you spot me, huh? Like my park job? Just gonna take you out that way. I'm glad that momentum carries across cutscenes. A smoke rocket? I mean, I can imagine how that would be effective, but you know, I think jury is still out on how reasonable that would be to use as compared to just walking up and throwing the smoke rocket. Go just yet. Another fan before I take you off. We need to go up, 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 as they say. I am pretty excited because a lot of these new anime openings seem like they will spawn good beat maps for Beat Saber. And I haven't had much good variety this last season. Just, it didn't have too many banger openers. And the season prior as well wasn't the most beat mappy. There were some good openings, don't get me wrong, but that looks exactly high enough to be a good rocket pod. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I do wonder what the upper limit of skill at Beat Saber is. Because well, okay, not obviously to me, I obsessively check high scores because I'm curious, and there are a couple of names that always show up at the top of the leaderboards for almost every anime song. People who are significantly better than me at the game and get like 97% score out on difficult maps, which is just crazy to me. I usually hover in the 90% plus or minus 2%, depending on how good I am at the song. But every time that I go for a period of time without playing Beat Saber, when I come back, I'm just significantly better as a result of still thinking about Beat Saber and also playing pickleball, which you might not think has a lot in common with Beat Saber, but when you consider having small objects flying at your face that you need to process in terms of direction and speed, it's a little more reasonable. And so there were a number of maps that I struggled with during my last period of being able to play Beat Saber. Because for the last year I lived in a house that did not have high ceilings, and so I couldn't play. I saw a horrifying creature yesterday. At first I thought it was just someone in the distance, but then I realized they were glowing. I panicked and went to tell someone, but I couldn't find a blade master to report to. There was a note saying they were all sick with stomach aches. I wonder if they got hungry enough to eat the fireflies. Glory Master. Anyway, because of my average skill was roughly around 6 notes per second. I can comfortably do those songs, but now I'm finding that I can comfortably do 7 notes per second songs, as long as they aren't too techy. I'm still not the most technically skilled for Beat Saber, and there are a lot of maps that I think are just dumb because they're designed to be intentionally difficult, and I'm not really about that. I like a challenge, but I don't like a challenge that includes blind spot hits or really bad crosses, because I can't afford new controllers. So there's I don't know, there are a lot of good maps that don't do those things, that are really fast. You'll find a lot of good beat maps of Otto's songs, Japanese pop singer, YouTube singer. A lot of very good covers of her songs. And most anime songs will have good covers as well. Good maps is probably the proper way to say it. I'll chill here for a sec. But yeah, I don't know. So I wonder... Okay, clearly I wonder if I'm exceptional in this case. I don't personally know anyone who has spent as much time playing Beat Saber as I have. And so I don't have that much casual reference that I can refer to on the matter. Two of my college roommates got VR headsets at the same time, and one of them got really into Beat Saber. And 2 years ago, going on 3 at this point, when we played multiplayer Beat Saber for a bit, and it was a lot of fun, and he was shocked at how much better I had gotten than him. And because I don't see him playing Beat Saber nearly as much as I see him playing other games. So anyway, I'm curious. I'm curious if it's just one of the, like, many things that I overthink about and dedicate an undue amount of memory and brain space for, or whether it is something that people just naturally get better at. Because when I first started playing, I would like to make a video about literacy as it relates to Beat Saber, because a huge part of the difficulty of Beat Saber lies solely and learning how to read the notes coming at your face and processing that visually. Because even if it seems straightforward at the start, it's really hard if you're not used to the right patterns of saying that this is the sequence I need to attack up 10 undecayed Gerudo spear. The spear was used widely by Gerudo soldiers. Attack material greatly enhances the material's power, but does not have much durability. It took a while to get used to notes coming at my face quickly. But once I got used to it, skill, increasing speed after learning how to read the notes got significantly easier. So again, it would be nice if I had friends who played a lot of Beat Saber too. I want to keep my Lionel stuff, so I'm not going to go full ham on that spear, but it's a pretty strong spear. Obviously the Barbarian outfits level up with Lionel stuff. I need a lot of silver and white main Lionel stuff to upgrade them to the next tier, which I would like to do. Purple rupee for me? Why? You shouldn't have. Launch crystallized charge. Yiga schematic. A vertical escape, huh? That's kind of fun, I guess. A missing member returned to our base yesterday. They survived despite losing their light and transportation. We asked how they achieved this feat so we can better train recruits. It seems they were aided by strange stone statues. When they followed the statues' lines of sight, they arrived safely at the closest abandoned mine. There are many stone statues in the depths, and we may never know how they are linked. Perhaps they once served as guideposts. No matter, we will inform members to follow them if they lose sight of the road. But take care not to get lost in the first place. A well-prepared member carries sufficient bright bloom seeds. Glory to Master Kogha. On a previous intel assignment in Gerudo Town, I overheard an old legend passed down for generations. It begins, under the sight of the Arbiter, in the darkness of the subterranean depths, lies a great treasure. Obviously, when that kind of legend fails to yield any treasure for years, it tends to fade from public consciousness. So now that the searchers are few, and the subterranean depths beneath the Gerudo Desert are open to us, it would seem the perfect time for me to swoop in and secure that treasure, if not for the second part of the legend. Whosoever seeks this treasure must overcome their fear, or they will be met by a vortex of the wrath of the executed. I know that I must take this opportunity, but I just can't muster the courage. Master Kogha, grant me your bravery. Glory to Master Kogha. So, Arbiter's Grounds. I thought the East Gerudo Ruins classified, but I guess it's here. And yeah, Coliseum plus the Underground Cemetery. Anyway. Making steady progress. My increasing skill at Beat Saber has not similarly expanded to increasing skill with digital firearms. As every time I go back to Into the Radius 2, I'm still pretty bad. My aim is still mediocre at best. I can get some good reflexive shots off, kind of like how I do with the bow in this game, but it's nowhere near the skill increase that I get from gaps in Beat Saber playing. So I assume that, reflexes and muscle memory do play into it at least a little. Nope.
Yeah.
We received reports of sounds coming from inside the large wall to the southwest. Specifically, they're coming from the striped wall that extends up to the ceiling. We have searched the depths for some sort of entry point, but to no avail. Were the sounds a figment of our imagination? Or could it be that there's an entrance somewhere else? If only we had a map of this place, we could know for sure. Glory to Master Kogha. Okay, where is the... There it is. Large crystallized charge.
Yep.
Yiga schematic. A beam spinner. Yeah, again, I just don't know when I'm ever gonna have a meaningful use for that. Maybe you could use it to fight a Gliok. But it really just doesn't seem useful to me. Big. You are white man, you're not silver, but we do need that stuff. That didn't hurt much, did it? Ooh, didn't see that coming. It's not gonna stop, does it? Oh, this is a crushing weapon. Yeah, it doesn't help. I always hate how the last chunk of health is always just so big compared to the rest of it. I do want your sword, and I do want your bow this time. I would be very curious if the Zelda Notes app cracked how many arrows I'd fired over the course of the game. Finally. A water freezer. That I could see being useful. Base Construction Manual Volume 1. Relay bases must be built to facilitate safe and effective navigation of the depths. When choosing a site for a base, consider locations where the terrain can be used to defend against monsters. 1. Choose a high location that monsters can't reach. Construction may be difficult, but the protection will be worth the effort. 2. Create a sandbank surrounded by water. Most monsters can't swim. 3. When building on flat terrain is unavoidable, sufficiently fortify defenses with barricades. See Volume 2 for information on base operation and management. Glory to the Master Kogha. Nice. You got me, bud. Which we will see, hopefully, in not too long from now. Okay. We're looking up here, I think, for the next one. So we could go to the lava falls, as that looks to be the closest in elevation. Maybe the abandoned Hateno mine. We'll just burn for a little bit. I have not yet tried Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on my Switch 2. You know, I used to consider myself someone who likes to play Smash Bros. Then another one of my college roommates had actually done like semi-professional tournaments of the game, and I realized that I'm not actually good at Smash Bros. I just have good reflexes, and when playing against other people who aren't good at Smash Bros, good reflexes tend to beat most other things. But when someone has actually practiced any degree of chains and combos and means of bullying you in Smash Bros, it is not easy to win. I think there was one night we played where he beat me like 17 games and I beat him twice. And to say it wasn't fun would be not completely true. There were parts of it that were fun, but it was eye-opening and demoralizing at the same time. I still wipe the floor with most people at Mario Kart. Not in Mario Kart World, because there are a lot more tricks in Mario Kart World that I don't really care about learning. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I am pretty good. I'm not competitive good, but I don't traditionally lose in any Grand Prix setting to my friends. I have yet to meet someone who is better than me at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe consistently, and my brother has played less, and so has faded from being close to equals with me. It's kind of a mess, so I think I might just spring up rather than try to climb through the gloom. Because, you know, 12. Full zone height is a small price to pay for going up. I'll be honest, if I could have one of the Sage's powers in real life, Riju's would be the coolest for sure. But it's one, potentially the least useful in this game. Lift-off glider, that's kind of cool. Add some add some fans to that, and that's pretty convenient and consistent to travel. Huge statues have been discovered throughout the depths, and I do mean huge. I've never seen any this big. These statues have been found along the paths in the Gerudo and Hebra regions, and each appears to be unique. I was told that a strange voice echoes around them night after night, and if a member approaches, they lose their soul. But it's dark down here all the time, so I don't know why they're saying night after night. Maybe it's just a story. Glory to Master Kogha. You are probably close to here. And we can take off some of the gloom. Probably don't need to climb up to get the post soul, but I am always tempted. Large crystallized charge. Yiga Schema. A tank? Maybe could be worth it. While the depths remain key to our mission, I admit the service team has proven to be helpful. They have achieved some success in acquiring Zonai devices and intelligence, key to Master Kogha's grand vision. In addition to our Gerudo hideout, 3 new branches have set up operations and are extending our influence. Heard they're in some old hut on the Great Plateau, a cave west of the Lost Woods and Aldor foothills. They've also managed to occupy the Akala Ancient Tech Lab. Despite their success, we will not be outdone. Our work will remain central to Master Kogha's glorious plan. Glory to Master Kogha. No good teleport spot to get here. I guess we'll go here. We're almost done getting all the rest of the Yiga hideouts. We have two more in this stretch of the depths. One off in the middle of nowhere, and then we have the rest in the Hebra area where Kogha himself is waiting. So probably, quick maths, we have 7 more bases and 2 more Schema stones at abandoned mines, one of which is the one that Kogha is at. So probably half an hour more till we wrap this up and go well diving. Well delving, perhaps, to get the consonants, the sword. Here's the word. Because I think consonants is when you have repeated consonant sounds rather than vowel sounds. Alliteration? No, because alliteration is the same letter. So maybe it is consonants. Anyway. Scatter trap, huh? It's dazzle fruit, but what's the... Are those bananas? No, because they're purple. Are those muddle buds? Yeah, okay. Interesting. Beware the large roots found throughout the depths. While they are sturdy and can provide a safe path across gloom, they hide danger. Gloom seems to ooze out of the suspicious-looking red and black roots. These roots can't be cut down or burned. The safest course is to avoid them. Glory to Master Kogha. They didn't want to say the safest route is because they were just talking about routes anyway. Yeah, we can just teleport here. You're definitely Zone or Yiga, so we'll talk to you because you're just named researcher. I've been examining this construct for so long, but I just can't seem to get it working. Well, given that you showed up down here, it can't hurt to ask. Do you know how to activate constructs? You do? I thought a famous hero like you might. In fact, I was sure of it. First, I'll rough you up a little, then I'll find a way to make you talk. Everyone, attack! If I have the space, yeah, I didn't commit that. Rip. Fully upgraded Shiga armor though is pretty sturdy. Authorizer verified. Welcome. This was once a busy refinery where a great deal of zonite was processed. My task here is to manage designs for mining equipment. Please hold on one moment. I have confirmed that there is a schema stone you do not yet have. Allow me to rectify it. A launch pad. Nice. I will also prepare the parts required to test it via auto build. I hope the schema stone I provided is useful to you. Large crystallized charge. Cool. So, do you think the authorization for all of these Zonai portal things is because Link's arm is Zonite? Because Rauru has some specific ability associated with it? Or because Rauru is royalty? Because, like, they don't really explain why Link can activate these things. He uses Raru's arm for it, but, like, the green power that suffuses Raru's arm isn't ever specifically addressed to my memory. Strange rock piles have been seen all over this area. Climbing them is challenging, but not impossible. Their origin is mysterious. Were they made by settlers long ago? Are they the remains of some monstrous beast? We do know that they have one feature in common. A weapon floats at the top of each one. We don't know why or how, but it's pretty creepy. Weirder yet, these weapons have a sort of gleam to them. Maybe next time I see one, I'll climb up to get a better look. Glory to Master Kogha. Let's get that last oddball one. It's probably enough. The abandoned mines are productive. We found not only crystallized charges, but also stone figures called constructs. Most have fallen apart, but some appear largely intact. Master Kogha is excited by their potential. He says if we can get them to work, we'll be closer to a spectacular new power. He sent a reconnaissance team to a location in South Hyrule Field called the Great Abandoned Central Mine. If Master Kogha's predictions are correct, the day we achieve our ultimate goal may be close at hand. Glory to Master Kogha. But yeah, we still have to shoot the nerds. Oh, that was so close. Be a schematic. Instant kitchen. The last I checked, instant pots don't need to be covered. Maybe they do in the rain? Okay. So now we have a bunch in various locations on this side of the Great Chasm, or Depths Mountain Range, whichever you want to call it. Everything we do must be in service to our ultimate goal. To that end, we must mine crystallized charges. The crystals seem to contain a mysterious energy that powers Zonai devices. They are readily found in the abandoned mines in all regions. Perhaps these areas were once prosperous mining centers. Crystals are extremely rare, so when one is discovered, it must be kept under strict guard. Glory to Master Kogha. Strict guard, you say. An all-purpose raft. Nice. Sure, that's pretty convenient to have. Okay. Pretty sure this light route is at the bottom rather than at the top of that ring of stuff. So we're going to go up here instead. That puts us roughly equidistant between two, so we'll go up first. Base Construction Manual Volume 2. Relay bases must be built to facilitate safe and effective navigation of the depths. All bases should follow the operation guidelines below to ensure the quick and flexible deployment of personnel. 1. Secure all treasures and valuables, such as crystallized charges, in the storehouse. 2. Select one person to ensure that the storehouse is thoroughly sealed and protected at all times. 3. If the storehouse is threatened, other personnel must immediately report to engage in hostilities. See Volume 1 for information about base placement. Glory to Master Kogha. I don't see the one who keeps the seal here. So he's probably hiding. Whirling Basher. Yeah, how often are people going to get close enough that that's actually a meaningful weapon, huh? The big wheels are really slow, so it might honestly just be faster to run. But I was just a little curious about how efficient this device could be. Okay, we do need to top off on this though here. Gonna walk around the frogs. Not really worth the time. Or the weapon durability, if we're being honest. I'm eager to learn more about the incredible new power that has captured Master Kogha's attention. It is said to be an ancient power that can construct transportation machines in an instant, no more making them by hand. According to Master Kogha, the designs used by this wondrous skill can be found somewhere around here. If that's true, then we may recover the knowledge of the ancients and learn how to make all sorts of useful marvels. I hope we find it. The research team on the surface will be so jealous, they're working on something similar themselves. Glory to Master Kogha. There are the boxes. Arrow times 10, you say? Ooh, lucky us. Large crystallized charge. Yiga schematic. A sprinkler system. Yeah, okay, that could be useful for any number of lava traversal things. I seed that. Yeah, let's just go all the way up here and get that skeleton axe. Ugh. Because there's the Tingle Island one, and then there's one at that mine that we just teleported to. But yeah, the chasm's right there, so we'll have to. It'll be a bit of an endeavor to get that X, but we can go do that. Cap of the Wild. According to legend, this cap was crafted for a hero who travels the wildlands. Wearing it feels just feels so right. Okay, so then we need to go here. That's going to be pretty up. So my mic likely picks up the sounds of my roommates stirring at 3 in the afternoon. In many cases, or in many ways, power to them. We're really sleeping. That looks like a tank. It seems that the monsters in this place do not sleep. While exploring, we had no choice but to set up a camp near a nest of monsters. We waited for them to sleep to mount an attack, but it was in vain. We kept watch for 3 days and nights, no sleep. Glory to Master Kogha. P.S. That sleeping one-eyed giant was an exception. Perhaps it was just very lazy. A secret hot spring was recently located in a valley in the Happer Mountains. I found that curious, given that most are in Eldin. However, upon being dispatched to this area, I discovered that the spring's source, a waterfall of flowing lava in the depths. Put plainly, this is a confirmation of a connection between the depths and the surface. Where else might these connections be? Maybe there's more to discover in this place than I initially thought. Glory to Master Kogha. Excavator. Yeah? Yeah? What's an excavator do? Does that actually clear away rock? If it does, that might actually be useful, but I mean, we'll just have to see next time we need to dig, I guess. We can just teleport to here. We don't need to walk. That's kind of interesting. Maybe we already picked this one up recently. appears that some of the monsters in the area have been mining for the ore particular to the depths. Our fellow Yiga have found them working in large numbers around mineral deposits, even carrying these ores. But why? Could the ore have some special use? Glory to Master Kogha. I'm mildly curious as to why the monsters also mine stuff, but who knows? Certainly, game-wise, they didn't want to just give you. Make you earn it. Mostly. I mean, you can always go to the friggin' dedicated mines where you can just mine out of the holes in the wall, but the little clusters, you always gotta fight for it. There you are. And finally, Yiga schematic is floodlights. Very useful, very helpful, for sure, for sure. Just check in, there don't seem to be any in the sky, so I think we're good. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna go to a crystal refinery and just cap out our energy if possible. Then we'll go for Master Kogha, and then we'll go exploring for wells. This is a crystal refinery. I can take your crystallized charges and use them to produce energy wells. An energy cell has 45 slots for expansion. Yours will hold 7 more energy wells. To produce 7 energy wells will require 70 or 700 crystallized charges. Is that acceptable? Please wait. I was hoping it would loop 3 times, or for a 3rd time. I guess loop for a 2nd time, do it 3 total, but, you know. I've refined your crystallized charges into 7 energy wells. A small part made from crystallized charges that increases the maximum energy can be stored in your energy cell. Ta-da! Your energy cell has been expanded to the maximum extent possible. It will not support more energy wells, but you may still find yourself with surplus crystallized charges. I will instead accept crystallized charges for your choice of zonite device. Would you like to trade now for a zonite device? I mean, that actually is pretty convenient and a good reason to. The exchange rate is terrible, but being able to just buy the specific ones that you want is pretty. Oh, come on. You can buy big batteries, huh? Convenient. I would enjoy further visits from you. Cool. No, it's not going to be worth going. Let's get the 2 X's before we go to Kogha, shall we? Trousers of a hero. Legends say these trousers were favored by a hero from an ancient age. Their simple design is a rare aesthetic these days, but there's something classic about them. You're way down. We can probably... I think there are some wind spouts that will help us get back up. Yeah, just one more schema stone where Kogha is, and then we are 100% on that too. Sapphire, a precious blue ore mined from natural rock formations. Sapphires contain the very essence of ice that have been known to fetch a high price since ancient times. Oh, bud, you finally decided to get close enough for me to worry about you? Yeah, I'm not all that worried about finding all of the chasms. That's just going to be a waste of time. Hey, we can try the excavator. See if it actually does anything. It might be a little big for this, but... Okay, so 3 big wheels, one of those vertical things, and a steering stick. Okay. Functions as intended, it seems. It's not necessarily a glowing review, but definitely meaningful. Let's mix them up, as they say. Knight's broadsword isn't quite good to pick up for this kind of work. The one-handed weapon's just not worth it usually. The Rusty Claymore, though, is exactly what I want. Is there another weapon we don't want? Not really. This isn't actually enough to get to the next room. Oh, it's just a spear. Yeah. Blue rocks are annoying. Especially when they don't drop you more weapons. We have this. Cap of the Wind. Legend of this cap was treasured by a hero who traveled the Great Sea. It flaps quite serenely in a soft sea breeze. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go beat the tar out of our man Kogha. Probably a good weapon for it. Who couldn't approve of you, Master Kogha? We love you. I've been waiting for you. It is done. We have enough crystallized charges at last. And now, our gift to the Demon King. A weapon beyond compare. Will be reborn. Today will go down in infamy as the day of our ultimate weapon's resurrection and the day the world faced its end. Behold this feat of engineering. This unstoppable Zonai construct. Count your blessings, Link. Your death will prove the Yiga clan's might. Then I'll go take my rightful place in the darkness below the castle where the Demon King now dwells. Yes, where the end of all things will begin. In the deepest reaches of the depths, far beneath Hyrule Castle. Now, come and get me. This time, I'll bury you. So, yeah, he's got the shield. He's got the shield, so fine, Minoru, you can come out. I mean, ostensibly, we've got to knock him back into the wall. So I don't think my current weapons are really doing to that. But I don't know what I can just drop to. Maybe a Hinox horn would be big enough. One usually would hope for like a friggin' steel ball or something. We're gonna stun him with this. Okay, there we go. What kind of power up you say? Well, my beautiful weapon! All my work destroyed! You little twerp! I was this close to destroying the world with the Demon King! You think I'm just gonna let this stand? Do you? Time to bust out my serious moves. A brand new technique I came up in the deepest darkness of the darkest depths. It will destroy you. Yeah? Tremble in fear before my unstoppable Kogha rocket. This is the end. Now fly, Kogha rocket. This wasn't supposed to happen! How dare you, Link! I'll have my revenge! True Team Rocket energy there. Greetings. I will come to you. Please wait a moment. Thank you for driving out to the trespasser. I watched your battle closely. It is unlikely he will appear in another abandoned mine. His manner of departure attests to that. Mines similar to this one can be found under thriving surface settlements and other places of distinction. There appears to be some connection between the surface and the depths. Very curious. Perhaps you will find this equally intriguing. It may be a good idea for you to explore this connection. There's one other thing before you resume your journey. My associate over there manages schema stones. You may want to ask for one. That's why I'm here. A huge crystallized charge. It's like 100 Zona devices. And a diamond, the most precious ore one can find. Its signature sparkle has charmed Hyruleans for generations. As such, it is sold for a very high price since ancient times. Authorizer verified. Welcome. This was once a busy refinery where a great deal of zonite was processed. My task here is to manage designs for mining equipment. Please hold on one moment. I have confirmed that there is a schema stone that you do not yet have. Allow me to rectify it. A rocket platform. I guess that's convenient. Yeah. I hope that the schema stone I provided is useful to you. That's pretty cool. Pretty good design. A large crystallized charge. Of course, we're going to get the Grand Poe. Break these boxes. And read this last note. Every Yiga should keep our glorious purpose kindled in their heart by singing our anthem at least 3 times a day. Yiga Clan Anthem of the Depths. We clumps of earth. Glory to Master Kogha and the mighty Yiga Clan. Our master is the strongest. He's got a secret plan. His fall from sanded darkness did bring him to the depths, but did he waver? Never. Into action he leapt. The Yiga Clan then followed, hearts fiery and true. We'll soon raise up our weapons, revived by Stone of Blue. In the dark we dwell now, we covert clumps of earth. Soon we'll rise to take our rule for everything it's worth. Glory to Kogha and the mighty Yiga Clan. The earth itself will tremble. Our ascension is at hand. Glory to Master Kogha. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Well, that is it for the depths. We have 100% schema stones, 100% Yiga schematics. And if we demonstrated last time, but we can click on all the enemies that you find in the depths, as well as the bosses and flux constructs. And when you zoom out, nothing appears. If you toggle hide discovered destinations, then yeah, it all comes back. But yeah, the depths are pretty much fully cleared. Might be a side quest or two. Obviously, we have the rest of Master Kogha's voice lines to find, but we'll do those as part of the last stream, as mentioned earlier. Yeah. Raru only has a couple left, and his are all in the sky and in pretty easily accessible places. And then Zelda, I'm surprised that we have less than half of them left, given how many there are. But yeah, the last stream will be just running around and getting these. And conveniently, most of these are not where points of interest are. So we can go around and get the points of interest. We'll run into some of them as we get the points of interest, but yeah. And maybe we will take the time to get all of the chasm entrances if I feel like it. Anyway. Okay. So, wells. I don't imagine that this will take all too long because we've already gotten half of them. But let's, as always, start in the cold. Where did I have? Oh, last location. That makes sense. Do I have a fire weapon left? No, I don't. Ah. Thank you, Minoru, for doing one of the only things that only you can do. But now I never want to see you again. No, I'm here seeking your arrows. Wild. This bitter cold is making my eyes glaze over. I fear my time is almost up. Faced with this frigid onslaught, I wolfed down some sauteed peppers to ward off the cold and downed them with a drink. Suddenly a chill came over me. Strange, I thought. I'm fairly certain sauteed peppers are cold resistant. Then I looked at the bottle I held in my hand, a cooling elixir. I'd just taken a swig of a heat resistance beverage. It seems I viewed a second dish while the effect of the first dish is active. The original effect is lost. Failure is the amuse-bouche of learning. I, Chef R.A. Tamu, have eaten my share. My journey to culinary mastery continues. Chef R.A. Tamu, fearless of failure. So I am a fan of Dropout TV, and in particular, Make Some Noise is enjoyable. I had never seen the phrase amuse-bouche spelled before. And, you know, honestly, I expected it to be a little bit more distinctly French than that. welding, but there is a point of interest that we're gonna pick up since we're here. I think it's the golf course. Yeah, we're not here. We're not here to play Ultra Ball, unless there's a quest for it. But I have those active, and I don't think there is. If we get all of the rest of the wells, I think we'll just call the stream there because I am tired and hungry, and it should take us about an hour to get the rest of them. I'm not too stressed about losing them. Yeah. Potentially the least effective way I could have done that. There's not much inside of wells worth diving on. Unintended. They're not guaranteed to have anything that are. Zelda always has something to say about ruins, so we are going to go get that voice note while we're here. Trying to put this to a test. Oh, you have to hold it to recharge it? That's... Gotta be a little more patient with the I wonder if Zelda does have something to say about this place. She does, but it's far enough away that I'm not necessarily worried about it. most of the places we have visited are in central Hyrule, because there are a lot of ruins and other points of interest in that region. And, to be fair, most of the wells we haven't visited are also in that region. There's one in Akala, one in South Faron, and a couple in, like, the southwest part of Hyrule, but most of them are in central. I believe we only get the qualification of having gone into the well if we get the well, so that is why we jumped in. We don't to do anything specific on here. So I'm also not really in the mood to fight you guys for real. Okay. There's a point of interest here. We'll do a Hyrule Castle tour again on the last stream, because many points of interest and whatnot are there. Royal Ancient Lab ruined, huh? You found me. Bye-bye. See if we have to change it here or not. Looks like we're going to. Again, just so not interested in a tree branch. Royal Broadsword. Attack up 9 is not insignificant. Cool. Colosseum ruins. Then up on this ledge. I'd imagine if you were going to dig a well this high into our base, you'd have to dig pretty darn deep to get to water, right? Is the desert a harsh environment with extreme temperature differences? Sure, but a place of death? No. The desert's the place where life truly comes alive, a sandy sea of energy where you can draw out all of your power. After all, it was under that hot desert sun where I first dined on a dish made with fire fruit. I felt my strength light up like a flambe. Monsters I struggled against before fell before me like flies. I never felt such joy, such strength. Then the desert heat overwhelmed me and I collapsed in a heap. Moral is, although fire fruit increases your strength, it doesn't offer any protection from the heat. Power and protection, such a fine pairing that it's hard to choose to give one up. I am the man who eats his way through Hyrule's harshest environments. Chef Arie Tonga, Wizard of Food. Get on you, man. Live your dream. Find the alt blue. Conveniently ignore you nerds. Unbearable heat. Neat. Mighty kind of believe those rocks unbroken. Or sorry, broken up. You're just blue. I thought you were black. No need to waste durability. One. Two. Oh, you know, just the number of grievances I have against a certain someone. My brother had been cut down, you see. The harm we've suffered is truly beyond measure. I have eagerly awaited this moment, Link. Master Kogha, I shall purge the world of this meddlesome nuisance. It's a whole series of wells down there, so let's go up here first. Party lizards in here, huh? Pretty good. Okay. That's kind of cool. Oh, okay. So is there something further underneath, or is it just that chest that we got? It looked like there was a lot of flowing water down here. So I can't imagine that it just... Yeah. Hi, bud. We're not in the business of helping Koroks today. Maybe some other time. That's, I say maybe. Obviously, we're gonna go to Koroks. The road of a gourmand is fraught with thorns. It's why I choose to travel alone. This life does have its share of lonely nights. That's when you need to shine a light to keep the darkness at bay. These newly discovered bright ingredients have the strange effect of making the body glow. I recently discovered that the intensity of the light changes depending on the materials you use. For example, when I ate a dish cooked with a glowing cavefish, I produced more light than I did after my red cap dish. I wonder if the effect is more powerful the harder the ingredient is to collect. Or could the quantity of each material play a part somehow? I clearly have more experimenting to do. There's no shame in not knowing, for beyond that lies the joy of knowing. Tonight, I am the candlelight, Chef R.A. Tomu, the lonely cook. This guy... A chef with the soul of a poet. We've been into that well closest to us, but we have not been into the other two wells in this area. This looks like a talus. But somehow it's a talus we've already beaten? Yeah, yes it is. I'm guessing this... No, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Not stuff here. I hate drippy caves so much. Okay, yeah, because that well right here does lead down to the same place. And presumably the well we're about to jump into also leads down. There are 3 points of interest we'll pick up from this well. As in, like, proximate to. Pretty sure. It's not exactly Orwell, but like one of the teachers in Skyward Sword is named like Oland or something. Something close enough that I wouldn't be surprised if that was why the bridge was named what it is. Aegis is a sword master in some game, I think. I did the side quest here and I did not get the frickin' landmark. That's crazy talk. I found the bottom of it as well, actually. It's right here. But let's be clear, bottomless is an adjective describing the pond, not the well itself. Take my sarcasm and shove it, I guess. There are 2 wells in Ateno. That certainly, as I remember, they are certainly part of the. You have to get down to one or two of them to find the dirt on the mayor or on the mayoral election. There's the Blood Moon. You're also a Yiga guy. Did you know if you put your ear to a well, you can hear the wailing of the dead? Or so they say, anyway. Wow, heroes really do know a little bit about everything. And guess what? You'll be joining those wailing dead very soon. Join Master Kogha in defeat! That's a big old choo-choo.
Yeah.
Oh, rip. Sticky frogs. So many of these buggers. Today, I fell off a cliff. Note to self, mountain climbing on a rainy day remains a bad idea. How are sticky frogs able to walk so effortlessly across slick surfaces when I just slip and fall? If I combine sticky frogs and monster materials, could I brew an elixir that lets me climb wet cliffs without slipping? A beverage like that might make for a perfect rainy day aperitif. My search for fine food continues. Chef R.E.A. Tomu, temporarily fallen. Free chests. A red rupee, 20 rupees. It's a luster to over your heartstrings. 5 arrows. Wow. Oh. Yeah, anyway. Oh, come on, big guy. Royal Shield. I mean, it's... I guess I want the durability more than that, so... Yeah. Somehow strictly worse than basically every other shield I have. Okay. So let's go up to Akla. There's Dinbrawl. Real family alone, their scales. Claws, whatever. Interesting. Link, it appears you have sufficient power. You should not seek to increase this any further. Get down, Link. Stay in your lane. I still haven't been to the Horse God, I don't think. So we'll go pop in and say hello. I truly don't care about the Horse God, but... Melania. Someone, give it to me. Even one will do. Someone, please, feed me an Endura carrot. I only have a single Endura carrot. Delicious! Ho, it was you, wasn't it? You're the one that gave me that Endura carrot. For so long, my stomach has been torturously empty. Thanks to you, I at last had the energy to emerge from my bud. You have my thanks. My name is Melania. I am the god who watches over the horses of this world. Grateful as I am that you fed me my first meal in so long, my appetite still is not satisfied. What shall I do? Shall I eat you? You do not look appetizing. Another Endura carrot ought to do. In exchange, I can grant your wishes, those related to horses at least. Yes, I can revive loyal steeds that have died or enhance horses' abilities. If you want me to use my powers, bring adequate compensation. Bring food. I don't want just any food either. Yes, that Endura carrot you gave me was tasty enough. But you don't eat only carrots. Nay! Your food is better, isn't it? I want some of those, what are they called again? Meals! Bring me some meals. Of those, and I'll grant you your wishes. What? Why are you looking at me like that? This is not about me wanting to eat tasty meals. I say this for your sake. The god of horses cannot revive on an empty stomach. Generation after generation has repeated that saying. It means if you want me to enhance or revive a virtuous steed, you must give me food. Cool. Goodbye. Sleep well, eat well, have a good life. There's a point of interest just south of here and a chasm we can investigate, so we'll teleport here briefly. Then we've got just like 4 more wells. We're not going to go fight the Gloom hit spawn here. Okay, let's go to Hateno. Actually, first, let's go up here and just trigger the shrine quest if we can. Get that cleared for another percentage point. Hello, my name is Nosby. I'm a treasure hunter and adventurer extraordinaire, undaunted even by the coldest snow. This area is frozen solid and packed with monsters. No one in their right mind would set foot here. Except me, of course. There surely must be treasure resting here on this mountain, where everyone else fears to tread. That's what drove me to travel all this way to Mount Lanayru. Until I saw you, I really thought I'd be the only one. You must be here for the same reasons I am, and if you are, you'll be wanting to know what I know about the treasure. Truth is, by sheer luck, I overheard a legend relating to the treasure on this mountain while I was on the way here. I know I was a genius for assuming there was treasure on Mount Lanayru. Do you want to hear the legend too? Great, then listen up. Right, Nosby, the treasure hunter with nothing to hide. The legend goes like this. Skim across snow from the spring high in the heavens to the mountain below. Pass through the rings of light to see the light of blessing. What do you think? That was the real legend of a real treasure passed down on this very mountain. And you know that with a name like Light of Blessing, that treasure's got to be worth a bundle. Huh? You found it? The spring high in the heavens was in the sky? You went through the rings of light and a shrine appeared? I'll put this delicately. Way to go! That's amazing! As a kindred spirit, I'm not upset at all that you found the mountain's treasure. I'm proud. Treasure is yours, of course. No need to split it with me. Because you see, I'm Nosby, the treasure hunter who knows that the past is the past. I look only to the future. That said, I think I'll stick around in this mountain a while longer. Finding one legendary treasure doesn't rule out there being more to discover. I'll meet again, my kindred spirit, and risking life and limb to chase legends. And that should be the last shrine quest complete for verification. Okay. So now we can beam down to Tech Lab. We're going to spend our rupees on pictures for the things we haven't gotten at this point, because I truly don't want to dig those up myself. And we've got a good chunk of change. And it'll give us a framework for how much more money we might need in the future. Hey, you! Looks like my complete compendium is taking your fancy. No wonder. Collecting all those pictures was no small feat, I'll tell you. And since I know just how tough it is, I'll tell you what, if you want some pictures from my compendium, I'll be glad to sell them to you. My category, here's what's missing from the pictures in your Purapad. I did not get a picture of the frickin' muck light. I think that's the one picture here. No, really? Interesting. But yeah, we can buy the rest of the weapon pictures. Because there are a bunch of undimmed ones that I don't want to bother trying to get. I haven't gotten a mushroom or an Endura carrot. Hey, you! I'm all sold out of the pictures I had in stock. There's no stopping an inquisitive mind like mine. Perhaps very soon I'll get some new pictures. And then you'll just have to come back. Of course, you will always be welcome. It looked like there was a clear gap. In one of the material. Yeah. So perhaps, because I thought part of the Hateno quest was creating a new pumpkin. So I think we can get that picture after the Hateno quest is done. And then, geez, I did get a Sludge Lake. But, okay, so what? What? Hey, you! I'm also out of pictures I haven't stopped. Okay, so when does he get new pictures then? Curiouser and curiouser. I'm not here to do the quest today. I'm just here to look at wells. I am very curious. What the next Zelda game is going to look like for very many reasons. think most of them are, but I'm very curious, especially to see whether they're going to keep the control scheme of Breath of the Wild, even if they change the map. Because the control scheme, I think, is one of the biggest changes from previous Zelda games. In that, like, especially arrows and bows with durability. I think it would be cool if they made a new game that didn't use the same durability system. I hope they don't do the same durability system, whatever next game is. Legend of Zelda game are hard. But I'm very curious what it's going to look like. Because I think you could do an open world Zelda game without having durability being such a big deal. I think you can make it work with, I don't know, things that function more like the Master Sword and that they recharge over time. Abilities that have cooldowns like the original champion's blessings. Too close to a stable. You know, Bo, buddy, talk to me. Is that it? What is this? A hot spring? This is a hot spring, technically? I guess it is steaming. Hyrule Cathedral, huh? Not the Temple of Time. Reasonable. What do you eat down here? How do you survive? covered. That should be every last one. And yep, wells 100%. Okay. So we haven't been to a single cherry blossom tree. We'll have to do that at some point. And I'm still not committed to getting all the chasms, but there truly aren't that many on the map. And I can probably teleport to most of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can probably go get those. We'll see. Again, no promises, but if it gives the completion progress at the top 100%, then I'll probably go do that. So let's go turn in our well discoveries to the lady who cares about wells, and then we'll call it a stream. Go buy some more arrows just because we're here and we can. In their own unique way, wells are very pleasant. They're nice and cool, even if it's hot outside. Do you happen to know more well locations? I'd love to know about them. Thanks! So 31 of them this time? I'll give you 10 rupees per location. That's 310 rupees total. All yours. With that, you told me the location of all 58 wells in Hyrule. This is something I made when my love for wells was really brimming over. Take it as a gift from me. All's well. Oh, that's so cute. To thank you for finding the locations of all the wells in Hyrule, Pharaoh awarded you this beautiful model of a well encased in a glass sphere. Truly, thank you. Now my dream of seeing all these wells feels so much closer to reality. I hope to set off on a journey to visit them all. No, I'm actually happy about that. That's cool. That's cute. That's sweet. Cool. Thank you for watching the stream. If you enjoyed, feel free to like the video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're interested. We're just shy of 400 at the moment, which is honestly really surprising given how much we've fluctuated recently. So tomorrow we're gonna keep playing Armored Core. We have finished our first playthrough, and so we are starting New Game Plus. That isn't technically New Game Plus because it's just continuing from the same save file. So we're going to choose all the dirtbag options of siding with the corporations and destroying the coral. And we'll go from there. And then on Monday, if it works out, my friends and I guess more specifically my sister Katie and my mod Michael are going to be playing Remnant 2 on stream. Because they both have access to it now and are enjoying playing it. So hopefully it'll be good. And then next week, I'm planning to do, I think we're going to do a mix of side quests, spelunking, and I got a clever name for it. Side quests, spelunking, and I don't remember. I was good, but we're gonna clear up the rest of the side quests, and we're gonna go find the rest of the caves. So yeah, look forward to that. In case I don't see you the rest of this week, I hope you have a good one, and that things go well until the weekend. We got one more day, so hang tough. As always, one last time, thank you, and until we see each other again, bye-bye.